that is concerning the capital. Well, it was a very interesting conversation what we had there. I just asked him a few questions. I just said, see, being in the Chief Minister's post, it gives you a tremendous amount of power, and along with that, there's tremendous responsibility on your shoulders. Few decisions what you take impact the next generation, and few decisions that you don't take also impact few generations. As I just spoke about English medium a while ago, decisions if you do not take, what kind of impact it would have on next generations. Similarly, this decision to have 3 capitals, if you do not take, will also have an impact on the next generation. Because the fact is, the current capital, Amaravati, which is spoken about, it is neither in Vijayawada, neither in Guntur. It is 30-40 kilometers away from Vijayawada or Guntur. It is in a virgin land, away from Vijayawada 30-40 kilometers, away from Guntur 30-40 kilometers, in a virgin land. And in fact, if you were to make a visit there, you would probably not even have a 2-lane road there. You would have to go through a single-lane road. Okay, leaving aside the factor that why he chose that land there, because the fact is what everybody in the state are fully aware, that he and his cronies have bought huge chunks of land after he became the Chief Minister and before the announcement of the capital, before these villages came into public domain. After he became the Chief Minister, he and his cronies have bought huge chunks of land here, and then the capital was announced there. Okay, leaving aside that factor, because this happens to be a virgin land, 53,000 acres of land, what was land pooled according to him. Because this is a virgin land with no infrastructure there practically, just to provide for basic infrastructure like roads, drains, electricity, water, and storm water drains. Just for these basic infrastructure alone, according to the previous government's reports, it costs 2 crores per acre. So 53,000 acres into 2 crores per acre is 1,09,000 crores according to their own report. Just to provide this basic infrastructure because it's a virgin land. And because this is a virgin land, because it requires for this basic infrastructure 1,09,000 crores, how much did the previous government spend in the past 5 years? Interesting question, an interesting answer. You know how much they spent? 5,677 crores alone. Of course, he left me with a baggage of 2,300 crores, what he conveniently pushed on to me, and he said, you pay. Okay, what any government in those 5 years' time, what any government could afford to spend is that number of 5,000 to 6,000 crores. That is the capability of any government to spend. And you know at what cost that money was spent? 10.32% interest borrowings. What we get from central government is peanuts. 1,500 crores came in. And I don't expect anything beyond that to come in. Maybe at best they'll contribute another 1,000 crores. Beyond that, they don't contribute. So everything would have to come with the debt. And this is the interest rate we're paying. And now you tell me, as a father, what would a father do? What would a chief minister do? Today my situation is, I'm sitting down here. There is this Amaravati capital which requires 1,09,000 crores minus 6,000 crores, another 1,03,000 crores to provide for this basic infrastructure, roads, drains, power and water. And now my ability to put in money is around about 6,000 crores, or at best 7,000 crores. Even presuming that the borrowings come. Now, an investment, the amount what is required is more than 1,00,000 crores. And my ability to put in is around about 5,000-6,000 crores. Wouldn't be, I mean, just imagine what it would contribute. It would be like a drop of water in an ocean. It would not even be visible. Whereas Visakhapatnam, Vizag, it's already a number one city in Andhra Pradesh. It has all the infrastructure already in existence. The roads, the drains, the power, the water, everything. Out of this 1,00,000 crores, even 10% of this amount, if I were to put into Visakhapatnam, Vizag, at least, if not now, if not 5 years, at least in 10 years' time, we would be competing with Hyderabad. We would be competing with Bangalore. We would be competing with Chennai, where children of my state need not go looking for a job to Hyderabad or Bangalore or Chennai, but would have one destination, that is in our own state, our own capital, our own Vizag. Now this is my predicament. What would you do if you were in my shoes? In fact, the decision what we've taken is, we try to make sure that, everybody is happy. We try to make sure that everybody is justified. The seats of governance, we've broken them into 3 parts. And we said Amaravati would continue to have a legislative assembly. It would continue to be a legislative capital. So we're not depriving it of anything. It would continue. And the growth would take place in due course of time. As and when the natural course, the growth would take place. So this would continue to be a legislative capital, where the assembly would be held 60 days or 70 days or whatever. The entire legislators would come here, sit down here, spend the 60-70 days here, and be here. It would continue to be the legislative assembly. While Vizag, the number one city currently in Andhra Pradesh, would become the executive capital, where the chief minister sits, where the ministers sit, where the secretariat operates, where the HODs, head of the departments, operate, where there is a proper infrastructure already in existence. So executive capital happens to be there. Then the third seat of governance, that is the judicial. There we made sure that judicial also goes to Rayalaseema, Kurnool, which was, ironically, I don't know if many of you would remember or not, but Kurnool happened to be the capital of Andhra Pradesh from 1953 to 1956. When the state of Andhra Pradesh was carved out, way back in 1937 itself, prior to independence, when we were part of Tamil Nadu, when Telugu people wanted a different state, it was agreed upon, an agreement entered into, that Kurnool, there was an agreement by name Shribag Pact was entered into, where in those days itself, elders in those days have decided that decentralization should take place, and seats of governance should be split. And in accordance with that agreement, from 1953 to 1956, Kurnool was the capital of Andhra Pradesh. And to give it its due share, we made sure that judicial capital starts functioning from there. So what we have done is not do any injustice to any part of the state. What we have done is, while we do justice here, justice is imparted to other parts of the state as well. And this we've taken a cautious decision, because we would want to see ourselves somewhere. If I am the Chief Minister of a state, I am answerable to the next generation. And the next generation expects jobs, expects an engine of growth. They want a pride. They come out of a college, a degree in their hands, looking for a job. Where do they go? Today my situation is, I do not have the funds to complete a grandiose capital like Amaravati. And if I were to yield to the so-called critics and not go ahead with the shifting plans of Vizag, then that means I would not be investing in Visakhapatnam, Vizag, which just takes 10% of my costs. Then what would I do after 5 years down the line? We sit down here, we come here, and then we once again say, where is your capital? And I would still say in a village, or a mandal headquarters, a Tullur, where I do not have the financial ability to complete it. And then this 1 lakh crores, mind you, is just the basic numbers. 20 years down the line, this 1 lakh crore would probably become 3 lakh crores or 4 lakh crores with interest added to it. So every time we come close, the interest rates once again make sure that 1 lakh becomes 3 lakhs. And we do not have a land bank as the opposition leader Chandrababu Naidu says so. I've asked with the authorities as to how much of land bank we have. Surprising things, surprising information that we got. Minus the NGT land, the Green Tribunal, according to the norms, whatever land what we are supposed to leave, minus the land that we are supposed to leave because River Conservation Act says, if we were to remove those lands where no construction activity legally is supposed to happen, we're just left with around about 5,200 acres of land. And 5,200 acres of land should give me 1 lakh crores today, or with interest 20 years down the line, if it is 3 lakhs, then this 5,000 should give me 3 lakhs 20 years down the line. So it's 20 crores an acre now, or 5,000 into, probably 3 lakh crores or 4 lakh crores, 90 crores per acre 20 years down the line. So do we have that? Or where do we get that money from? So that was the predicament with which we had to take decisions, what we had to take. And all of them sound very revolutionary. But all what I can say is, I have done everything as a father would do. And since I've been bestowed with this responsibility of being a father to the state of Andhra Pradesh, I've done my fatherly duty to the best of my ability. And thank you for this opportunity. And any of you want to ask anything, I'm there to give you some replies.
You first, you can ask questions.
Any of you, have any queries, any doubts, any issues, you can always ask. No, one second. The mic will come to you. And then you can. Yeah, you go ahead.